I'm just saying, Trish. I start with a snort. Being the youngest doesn't mean I don't have mom and dad breathing down my neck. I get to do way more than the oldest. You're fucking delusional, man. Oh, they're arguing over, because she's the oldest. And he's the youngest. The short track sneers at me while waving a fork laden with broccoli on it. Sure, I get to handle all the shit for being the only one with a working brain. But that means I get to do what I want when I get a chance. Stay up late? How about, go out when mom is home? That stuff. Yeah, right. Because you have to stick with babysitting all those little monsters all the time. Yeah, it does happen a lot. At least you don't have a twin sibling breathing down on you and telling you how to live your life. That brings a snort of agreement to us both as we both let our feelings on Anna meet the same wavelength. A week of finding common ground was not what either of us expected to happen. This newfound peace with Trish was not unwelcome. It amazes me how much of it was born out of a small moment where I finally admitted I was feeling like I was under her thumb, a being in her shadow. Family expectations, meeting an image, all that bullshit of dealing with someone who just won't leave well enough alone. Why am I getting messages? Of course it's that. Even if it was something I knew Fang was able to relate to, I didn't expect Trish to jump on the bandwagon, yet here we are! Shocker! The dynamic change was still something that I think we were all adjusting to. Even if I wasn't exactly a role model on the track team, it was something that gave me a standout here in the group. After all, Loader will gravitate to Loner. That's what we are to the wider student body. Fang and Trish appreciated it as far as I could tell. Reed himself seemed conflicted, though when Ana was brought up. It was enough for me to avoid talking about it too often, considering that he was still friends with my sister, but it was nothing too much to worry about. Wait, we're already... I know that we're coming up on the thingamabooer, so we're just not doing the... Yeah, man, they really are, like, actually cutting out that part of the story, because I'm pretty sure Concert Day happens before Anon gets thrown out, right? Yeah, that's Chapter 9. Chapter 7, they do Concert. So yeah, we have a far more, like, this is the story. How weird. How strange. To have a fanfic author who understands that none of this... You don't need it at all. It's irrelevant. The dynamic change is something I think we're all still adjusting to. Even if I wasn't exactly... Okay. Hold up. See, this is what happens when I, like, slightly zone out. I think. Reed was Reed. If the topic got too heated, he would stay out of it. Anyways, we still need to figure out how we're gonna prove everyone wrong in this concert. We need... In this school. We need another concert. Who the fuck puts broccoli in their salad? I guess it's Anon saying that it's a salad, even though it's not. Not every dish that's just greenery is salad, Anon. I look at the others. Reed is staring off into a corner as he nodded. But I can't tell if it was to the conversation here, if something was going on in his head. You guys want to do that so soon? My attention drifts over to Fang, who themselves in their own little world. Barely anything on that plate's been touched, not to mention the miserable way they poked at it. It's a little worrying. I mean, between this and Reed, it looks like everyone's falling apart, huh? Something is on their mind. I'm not sure what the hell is bothering them. Why are you saying that in past tense? Because everything is present tense. Why are you saying was? That more than anything bothered me. Oh, come on. Am I the only one planning things here? Oh, Trish, please, you can join the club. Man, do I know the feeling of, like, man, am I the only one who's actually talking about what we're supposed to be talking about right now? Why do I have to maintain the entire fucking meeting? Fang gives a non-committal grunt. Reed softly shrugs. Trish scowls at the lack of enthusiasm before turning to me. Well, what? You got anything to add? Nah, I'm not an expert. Besides, I'm not even in the band. Pfft, fine. So, you back to being good with your sister? Still, you know, she still thinks she knows everything better than me. So you didn't make up. She seemed pretty okay in class this week. Anna's putting on a farce, a facade. Dude, you don't know what it's like to have to be with something with someone. Dude, you don't know what it's like to be with someone perfect. With someone who does everything perfectly. Who's perfect at everything. Seek a way to try and get Fang to perk up on all of them. Look at Fang! Nasa keeps messing everything up, and we all know how that goes. Sharp makeup surrounded eyes turn my way at that. It's like he heard me giving him shit about the Amber Eye things. Just fucking kiss already. Although, admittedly, I will say that Fang really does feel like secondary to the plot. Like, even the moment that's, like, obviously a moment Fang could step in and do something, Fang's like, nah, I'll be over here. Ugh. Thinking that at least their irritation meant that they could contribute a little to make the Trish. We don't get what it's like to be compared to the other sibling so often, Trish. At this rate, that should be common there. At this rate, I could be the best student in school, and people would still focus more on Ana. My shoulders go up and down. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if I was an only child. Less of a headache to have an older sibling that constantly Less of a headache than to constantly have an older sibling give me shit about my life without asking. Trish considers that, pursing her lips. A slow shuffle. Oh, I can see some information. A loud shuffle as us turned to see Fang throwing their plate in the trash. Their loud grumble was low as they stamped away. Have fun, I'm out. Sorry, bros, I'm not feeling hungry. Why is Fang upset, though? I kind of forgot. Like, I know why Reed is, because they're talking about Ana, obviously. What? What do you mean? Reed, you're always hungry. Not today, T. Don't have an appetite. Reed. Red hair shuffled with a shake, and he jumped off the stage. What? What the hell? Did we do something to piss them off? Is Fang realizing that, like, no, I don't actually hate Nasa that much? Raptor, Jesus, do I have to solve everything around here? I had an answer, staring off in the direction Fang left. Even in my confusion, I felt a nagging sense of doubt. This man is doubting. You wouldn't fucking believe. Oh, this is a little too dramatic. But I think the Edge theme is straight up, like, too much. Leave that a little more meh. The confusion sits with us, both as the lunch bell rings following me to music class. Minutes pass without any feather or scale of Fang. This allows me to build up a way to approach them and figure out what's maybe going on, but then class starts without Fang. It makes me shuffle in my seat for a bit longer than I'd like. Why is that your fucking chief concern, man? I'm shuffling in my seat! Because that's kind of what the writing implies. Chico passes out on the couch. They have a couch? I thought he had like a big leather seat. As usual, leaving us to study and do whatever the hell he can. Mang passes over the small book we have for the class, but I can't focus on it. Did I fuck up? Did I say something that upset Fang? I can't quite place what it was. All I did was lay out the truth. Was it? Maybe it was something earlier in the week. All of which is to say, especially because we feel at least... It feels like we've gotten closer as friends. The way I keep staring at them in between classes, crap, it's such a goddamn confusing to figure out what it all means. Like, she, and we, and... Fuck! Then I think of what they told me to do with Ana. Address it. Immediate rejection hits me when I consider how well the last time I implemented that plan just went. Then I stop and consider. Was the advice born out of their own experience? Or what they wanted? Would Fang really want me to ignore them when they're upset like this? Or to reach out and see what's up? Genuinely? Of course, Mr. Spears hits me with the classic line, which admittedly is still appropriate for this fanfic. Like, I've seen people quote it, and it's like, that's not even your story. But here it is. Technically speaking, this is about the fact that they are kind of just ignoring the conversation they're having. Okay, wow, it's literally fucking... Okay, so... What a great flashback. Okay, Fang. I mean, you don't need to make the quote longer. The quote's fine on its own. Okay, Fang, I'm about to turn your own advice back on you then. I don't bother to let Mr. Jingo know I'm out the door. So running through the halls in a few seconds with my bag. I at least make it so that I don't storm past other classrooms and let people know that I'm being a hellion here. Speed is still the name of the game. Figuring out where a particularly troublesome terror is eloped off to. Eloped. Where the hell would I go if I was a bird-brained, feather-headed, stupidly Roof! I pound up the stairs, a vicious grin in place as I take the steps 3 at a time. Jesus Christ! Working out on the track team seems to have paid off at this point somehow. I feel like you'd still go faster if you did 2 at a time, buddy. The momentum is just better. There's hardly an effort as I keep going, trying to get up. Wait, are we still doing the we're doing a different rooftop scene? I feel like we've done enough, like, big revelatory moments. We should just have some processing going on. Whatever. What do I know? He goes up, doors open, charges through. Fuck, it's locked. Anon, for fuck's sake! The violent bounce of the metal door has me skid slightly, gripping my used limbs and muttering curses good enough to warrant a ban on some threads. He does say the N-word. When I finally get myself back under control, I notice 2 things in the door to the rooftop. One is a yellow sign that says locked until further notice. I guess that you screaming up there really set something off. Why didn't they do this in like any other ending where they just kind of let people go up there despite there being a hole in the suicide fence? Second, several boot-shaped dents stand into it. Looks like Fang got it before me, so at least I was right. It would have been cute if you like heard that stomping before he went along and he's like, she kicked open the door. Great. Now I have a bruised shoulder, a missing friend, and an ugly knot that I'm sure I'll moan about enough will warrant the rest of the period. Oh, okay. And an ugly little knot that I'm sure if I moan about it enough will warrant a rest period from practice today. Unless Nasa has some of that icy hot shit on him and forces me to use it. Woof. I won't mind wandering. Focus on the task at hand. How hard could it be to find Fang from here? They were just at the rooftop, couldn't get in there. Where would they go off to? Maybe Free drove him home? No. Shit, that would suck. Could still check though, if they feel like talking. Walking away from the door, fuck skinnies, I pull out my phone and contemplate. There's no way it's that simple, right? Hey, where are you? Now wait for a few minutes. At least that's the plan, until I see the telltale triple dot of someone typing back. They go up, down, back, right, left, upside, inside, outside, and back and forth. And they fade again. Clearly what they were trying to say is something to explain the sudden absence. Outside. Fuck it, goddammit, Fang! Where? Of course, she leaves me on red. Fantastic. So Fang went outside somewhere, isn't able to respond with the actual. I don't listen. I understand that Fang says pretty good, and I really like the very few things they do with it in Goodbye Volcano High. There's a cute one with like a blow dryer. Like that's nice. I don't think I need to do anything with it in the game because unfortunately the game is stuck in this game engine that refuses to actually do anything that dynamic. But hey. Okay, so he's just like, man. Oh, it's the hill they were watching the game at from. Okay, cool. This time I actually sprint across. Last time I was just pretend sprinting, you know? Just putting on a show for the kids. What is this? Ugh. Blech. I'm nice and cozy. Anyways, running across, going full speed. Journey Fang's the apex. Allows you a unique view of the track field. I'm also panting and wheezing from sprinting. Okay, maybe I'm still not in the best shape despite... Okay. Don't look at that spot I've evolved for it, supposedly. I thought you did, like, other... Like, I know that you're not part of the running team, but I imagined you still did, like, some running and exercise to, you know... anaerobic exercise or whatever they call it. The question says before my lips as I look back. What the hell are you doing out here? Oh, why would you leave me on a chase like this? I don't stop so notice how she looks. Okay, so we're still doing the rooftop scene, even though Fang feels like they really don't need it. Guess, sorry, I have to turn on the oh no music. Now we get to turn the oh no music. I don't really care about this, so we're just gonna focus on the cliff notes, because honestly, we've all seen this before. And I also don't know why it's here. It feels really out of place. So I guess we're still gonna do the venue search just later. So everything just gets delayed a little bit. There's feathers everywhere. She looks dirty as hell because she's all bloody and crying and nasty. Fang, Anon, hey. You know, you're really fucking lucky. I would love it if Fang is like, yeah, my brother. I feel like the big problem here, right, is that anyone who plays the game knows that Nasser is genuinely trying, right? It's just like miscommunication and shit that causes it to go wrong. Like, Nasser's not the problem. Seriously, you have your friends, you can recognize if shit with your parents or sisters to deal with. You can clues not to have that. I don't have that. I try so hard, so goddamn hard. I look at the show for it. A bunch of assholes that make fun of us all the time. Yeah. As weird as it is, Anon is ahead of Fang here. And not in, like, the endings that are jerking themselves off kind of way, but, like, genuinely ahead. Is that a source of this freakout? Yeah, because despite everything, you're still complaining about the same thing Fang is. And it's like, man, Anon, if I could just be good at music, I could be a real band, like in the video game, that'd be great. Yeah, it'd be something else. Even if you won't talk about why you two moved here, you all started off as good siblings. Looked like you cared and loved each other. Even if one of you fucked up, you still talk. I have that with Nasser. I'm just a fucking mistake to my parents, as you saw already. Yep. And haven't you been talking to Fang for like a while? Shouldn't you be past this point where you keep slipping up like this? I mean, I slip up all the time, but that's because I'm stupid. It's because my brain is all over the place. They seem different than what's our place. Miss Aaron looked like a hard ass. That's how much she acted. She used Fang's other news to clear lips in their child. Yeah, I guess they're having that up a little more. I got the impression that, like, normal Samantha is a bit more like, we're just kind of going through a phase, and I like Lucy, you know, come on, Lucy, it's fine, we can move on. Whereas this, I don't know, I guess they're just on point. Still got calls from around to check up me, Dad, not so much, but that's your fucking dad, man. Like, for some reason, you're written like your dad's from the 90s. Like, it's the fucking 90s with, like, oh, Dad doesn't care about school. I imagine that with the average American, that's still the case, though. That was the case for me. Huh. My brother, his sister, you. All of you just too fucking perfect. 2 track stars. A woman who knits herself into a friend group so goddamn easily makes Reed of all people concerned when she misses a single day of school. It's like the 2 of you just fell into place and all things thrown in your lap without trying. I mean, admittedly, yes. When you look at it from that angle, it really does feel like Anon just got a whole bunch of shit for free. It's not fair. I almost opened my mouth. Thank God you told us it's only almost. Then I remember how much you tried to fit in the track team. I'm only good at one sport. It got recognition from her parents. Yeah, even you got the recognition from her parents. Isn't that fucking fucked up? How would I feel if Anouk got a positive remark from my parents after making 2 fuck-ups in comparison? Yeah, that's literally just Ana. What do I have to do? How do I get my family to notice me? Stop ridiculing me for what I love. Do I have what Nasser does? What you and your sister do? Do I have to do? Abandon everything I know and change schools? I don't think Nasser changed schools, though. Listen to people other people told what to do. What do you have? I personally envy you. Fang, listen, I know that you see me do like 1 or 2 half-decent things, but all I want to say is like, that's like 2% of my life. I'm not. I'm a fuck-up. I always have been. I'm not good at much schoolwork. I don't even know what I'm going to do when I'm graduating. All my life, I'm the trim weather of someone who knows exactly what to do at every point in our lives. Also, it's worth pointing out that, like, Anon succeeding with the whole track thing is entirely because she made him join the track team. So you could say it's just another extension of Anna's successes. Outside Anna's fault, I'm just jealous. It seems to make Fang think. At their small nod for me to continue, I draw on another breath. Anna's smart. She's naturally athletic. All of our lives, she's been better at everything at what we do together. Team sports, playing with other kids, fitting in new groups. It's hard to fit in when that happens, you know. Especially when she thinks she knows best of all. And the reason we moved away from our parents and away from our school. And for everything we knew growing up. So it's not entirely the same rooftop scene because there is some dynamicism to what's really going on here. Fang blinks. Uh-huh. Wait, Fang blinks. Hot shame roils in me. Is that something she like to normal myself in place if Fang can confide in me like this? And I'm the reason why they went over this in the first place, for saying shit about what it would be like not to have an older son in their lives. Oh my god. What? All I can see is quiet support. Hey! We've said the fucked up shit motherfucker word that I will never ever not give people shit for. Sorry for what I said earlier. I can't believe the one person I trusted in my life also fucked me up. No fear of what I did to Fang. I mean, I don't quite get it, but I'm dumb. Which is good, because usually I can see right through the shit. It's, you know, it's good writing when Safi doesn't pick up on it right away. I mean, admittedly, you can extend that to a lot of topics, considering how many of these things are written very much in the moment. You always ask about you at track, and he doesn't act with you like I do with Ana. He loves you, seriously. Like, for fuck's sakes, Fang. I hate how in every single timeline I have to tell you this. Your brother doesn't suck ass, you're just bad at interpreting his intentions. And I know it's a mean thing to say, but it's true. Ugh. God knows I love my sister. Because in spite of everything, we can't actually get mad at each other. We can't actually have drama. I'm sorry, Safi. We can't actually have a plot. I didn't say anything for a long moment. That's a long enough moment. God, reflections have to make my skin itch. Should I do this? Should I tell them? Man, this sucks ass. So you know why I said I was the one to get us to move? It's gonna be the same thing as ever, ain't it? So, at one point in my life, I did some really stupid shit, like cringy internet crap. There are stupid photos of mine. You made the edits from video games. It was all a joke. You know, that'd be stupid to have a laugh with randos online, but that someone at school found them and spread them around. I always felt like someone online spread them for you. Because 4chaners are capable of some great devastation if you give them any reason to. It doesn't have to be a good reason. It just has to be a reason. Some guy on there will be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a hacker. I have time to spare. I've got nothing better to do this weekend. Let's see where I can take this. And they just do it. I think that's way more likely than someone on school happening to be on 4chan like you like this. Given that the implication is that no one else was like you. The girl dies, I squeeze her hand back. Would it even be that hard? Who knows how many high schools there even were where he's from? You know? They remain firm and supportive, all the while they stare back at me with a neutral expression. They're just like, what the fuck? So they got the royal treatment. Just like Promise of a Lifetime. Or was it the other one? Yeah, Promise of a Lifetime, Anon lost his fucking shit over people yelling at Fang. People duck at me every hour of the day and getting shoved on and punked on whenever possible. You got punked on? Damn. It's just a prank, bro. Ana got drawn into it too. She started a fight or two on my behalf. I'm surprised they even bothered. My sisters are pushing back on my sake. You know what it means? I never had a chance of coming back from the edge. In everyone's eyes, I was now hiding behind her skirts. Why do you have to call them skirts? Why not her legs? Fang scooches. Hell yeah, baby. You have no idea how much I love that verb. Seemingly invested in my story and letting me control the flow of conversation. It's a monologue, man. You're not conversing. After that, I begged Mom and Dad to let me transfer out. So I like how, because we're having, for some reason, Ana has this exact same fucking sequence. We're having Anon do his. And I don't know what to think about this. It's an interesting novel way to approach it, at least. First I said a different city, but then I wanted a different state. Something to help me get away from it all. Maybe I want to get away from Ana too? Maybe not. Again, canonically, Ana is from, like, North California, and he just moves to the south, so he never actually left his own state. The whole Midwest thing seems to come from Inko. My shoulders briefly shook, and even then, Inko might have been, like, all over, not just the Midwest. I'll have to measure my life without her, because Ana's cool. Even if she so upsets you as she does. Yeah, maybe I deserve it sometimes, but she refuses to see me as anything other than a kid. If we're twins that live together, and if we always find a still myself, still my own person. And she keeps denying you that agency, that personhood. And that's annoying when you're, like, an adult, when you're becoming a teenager. It's like, man, this shit sucks. I have to pick a college, and I'm just gonna pick her college because I'm fucking stupid, and I keep saying that despite that being, like, the opposite of what I want. It's just how you are, Fang. You're always you. Yeah. You're smart and try hard. Yeah, I will say I like this version of Fang a bit more in terms of actual having agency. Because this Fang is, like, genuinely trying to do things on her own terms. So that's nice. You know, it feels a bit more like Fang from Goodbye Volcano High. In terms of, like, I can see why this Fang would want to stay in music. Or bother with music at all. Because there's definitely, like, a bigger incentive there. There's a bit more to it. You're in Trish, maybe even your brother. All of us know how hard you work and try, blah, blah, blah. Man, we're having such a cute little moment. We've combined the rooftop scene with the exposed scene, and it's an interesting combination of things, and I like it. Because it is a way better way to condense your storytelling in this regard, at least. He's a special kind of idiot, also known as an American idiot. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, I'm sorry. Well, it's working on me. Just kiss already. Just fucking make out. You're 18 years old, man. You're allowed to make out. I don't think I've actually told anyone I know all about it, even Ana. Now with one friend to confide in, the sense of peace fills me. This is what it feels like to trust someone like that. Because it is a sense of guilt, emotional blunder. I mean, you'd be surprised how much you can get off your chest by just talking about it and then processing it vicariously. Just being forced to put your things into words, like the rubber duck coding, debugging works, you know? Because being forced to talk about your problems, your human brain is not perfect. It is a squishy little meat machine. It's a meatball. You gotta treat it like a meatball. Give it a roll sometimes. Warm breeze, scattering the torn feathers. Man, that's fucking gross! That's disgusting!